There's the light. Give Eric a big round of applause for figuring out the light. Yeah! So now it's time for our featured speaker. And here at the GNA, we have a tradition, Debbie. And that tradition is that you have to go all the way to the back and make that grand entrance. So how about you stand up, you and Daisy, and head all the way to the back by the exit sign. And we have a lot of ropes in here, Debbie, so keep on walking. Just keep walking. Walking the dog is good, isn't it? That's what it's all about. Okay, so I first met Debi Walsh at the Citrus Heights monthly mission that Eric and I attend on a monthly basis. It's run by our good friend Janice Jordan, who we met through other networking avenues in that area. And when I first met Debi, what I really liked about her is she was like a firecracker unlike anybody else. And for those of you that know me, I love to meet people. Because what's the best thing about meeting people? They stand out, right? They grab your attention. So Debi came to me one day, we were talking, she's like, how do I move my business forward? You know, it's like, I've been posting my fan page all over the place, especially our GNA Mastermind group page, right, Debbie?
Yes.
Like Eric was saying.
Good information on that page.
Yes, she does.
Information, but I said, you know what, Debbie, you have to take that high tech into the high touch. And I said, how would you like to come speak in San Jose one day? She's like, okay, sounds great. You know, I used to live in the Bay Area. I'm like, cool. So you know the area here? Come on back and bring your beagle, and you can show us some tips there. So today is Sacramento Day in the Bay. And Debi Walsh, let me just read my little notes, my notes here. She's a phenomenal dog trainer that has a huge passion for training our furry best friends. Debi is here today from the Sacramento area. She actually lives in Citrus Heights. And, you know, she's going to be talking to us about some tips on how to gain the obedience factor we all want with our dogs. She's a dog trainer. And she's here today with her furry best friend, Daisy. So on that note, I'd like you all to please stand up and rise to your feet. Please stand up and rise to your feet. Give a big warm welcome to Debi Walsh and her beagle Daisy.
Thank you. Hello.
Thanks for being here.
Hello, everybody. Hi. This is Daisy. She is Value Dogs Training mascot, but there is actually another mascot now named Hal. Hal is actually a family-owned dog that has come to live with me, and he is from Seattle. Daisy, sit. Wait. Okay, so I'm a transplant. I used to live in the Bay Area, lived in the Bay Area for 37 years, moved to Sacramento almost 6 years ago. Moved there with no job. Like, call me crazy. Hey. This is all new to her. So, and her being a beagle, sniff mission. Wait. So I moved there with no job, with a bird, cat, and dog. Call me crazy. What can I say? I've been there almost 6 years now, and then in the last 3 years, dog training because I lost my job. You're not going to cooperate. Says, Mom, there's food. There's food, all kinds of food. Okay, so how I got into dog training. I saw an ad on Craigslist. The ad stated a local dog trainer looking for volunteers to become a dog trainer and learn how to become a dog trainer. So she mentored me. I applied, we got together. I soon started helping her dog train. She mentored me for 9 months. During those 9 months, I took online dog training classes, volunteered at the SPCA. I also volunteered with NorCal Beagle Rescue. So after that, business and everything was, you know, the economy was going sour apples. And so I got laid off and she was moving out of the state. What do I do now? Well, I started my own dog training company. And from there, I've grown my business just by promoting myself for about almost a year. I didn't even have a website. So that's how I kind of got started. I've also taken vet assistant classes, which a lot of dog trainers have not taken vet assistant classes. Even though they were online classes, it was still all book work just like with dog training. has a dog? Has their dog had training? Okay. So, every dog needs obedience training. If you do not correct your dog, he or she does not know they did something wrong. Training really never ends. There's training all the time, no matter how old the dog is. My in-home dog training is a lot different than classroom training. With in-home dog training, you can teach the dog not to be on the counter anymore, not to pull out the door, boundaries, such as out of the kitchen. With a classroom training, they cannot teach your dog that, or help you teach your dog that. So, the thing is that a lot of times the owner will not admit their dog needs training. And I've seen a lot of unruly dogs. And one thing about dog training, it is the owner and the dog. Because really the dog trainer is to be teaching the dog how to sit, not the owner how to sit. So the thing is also to teach dogs manners, they kind of go upon you. If you're active, no matter how well trained your dog is, it's going to be active. If you're not active, your dog's going to learn it's not going to be active. Daisy, she knows actually that what I'm doing. And actually she's being very bad. She's a lot better than this. Dogs do need a refresher course. Households change, lifestyles change, dog gets older. Yes, dogs adapt to apartment living from household living, but they do need refreshers. There is different types of dog training. There's two main categories of dog training: obedience and behavior modification. Obedience is teaching fundamentals, rules, and manners. Daisy, sit. Daisy, wait. 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 Good girl. Also, there's ways of obedience to train with treats and without treats. I don't use treats because I'm going to show you. Daisy, sit. Here. Come on, here. Sit. Ooh, look what I got. Ooh, ooh, look, look, look. Oh, 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 oh. Now, look at how she perked up. Okay, Daisy, here. Here. Oh, 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 oh. Yeah, you can have it. Daisy, sit. Now, do you notice the difference how she responded to what I said sit with the treat and without the treat?
Right.
Big difference. This is why I don't use treats on a lot of dogs. They get too motivated, too hyper. They're not listening to you. You'll get one in a minute, I know. She doesn't get a lot of treats. I don't believe in a lot of treats in my house. You know, in fact, right now I have no dog biscuits in the house and there's 3 dogs in my house. Just don't do it.
Poor dogs.
Behavior modification is solving minor to severe problems. Minor problems would be, you know, counter surfing. Severe problems is
Eat the blocks.
severe separation anxiety. Yes, eating the blinds. So that's the different types. There's also more specific dog training, such as agility, therapy dogs, rally obedience, and some others. And Daisy is a therapy dog. Daisy also knows agility. And I taught her the agility. We didn't really go to no class. In-home dog training is way more effective than classroom training. What I teach your dog and you in 1 hour would take 6 lessons in a class. So that's 6 sessions each week. You'd be surprised what I can do in 1 hour with your dog. Bolting out the front door, counter surfing, I can fix that by the time I leave. Tools. I believe in using tools as the dog trainer. Some dog trainers don't use tools. They didn't make leashes and collars for a reason. I use a correction collar for your dog pulls, which is called a martingale. I also use a pinch collar if need be. I also use an electronic collar, and those people have way wrong perceptions of electronic collar. The electronic collar is actually a shock collar that most dogs, a lot of dogs are trained with, especially if they're field dogs or hunting dogs. Techniques. I use positive reinforcement, which is a reward. A reward can be anything you make it. A pet, good dog, good girl, a toy. With Daisy, she doesn't get a lot of rewards either. She knows. I don't have to reward her. Negative is non-punishment, and that's with the electronic collar. It's also, you know, if you catch your dog with something in its mouth, you need to correct it, and give them the negative, positive correction. There's other negative. It's both positive and negative, and it's the squirt bottle. However, it's not just water. It's with vinegar and water at their feet. What happens is dogs get squirted at their feet. They respond. They lick their feet. They don't like the vinegar taste. However, you should never hit a dog or pull its tail. I don't care what the dog did. Do not ever, ever do it. There's good reasons. Your dog can become aggressive and attack you, no matter what breed it is. So there is some other things. Okay, as I said, Daisy's a therapy dog. She's also a service dog in training. You're probably saying, what is a therapy dog, right? Who knows what a therapy dog is? Okay, so a therapy dog is where she's had certain training, has had passed a certain test, and she can visit assisted living facilities, nursing homes, schools, people with disabilities. She can also visit hospitals. And we are TDI, which is Therapy Dogs Incorporated certified, and we do a program called Read to Rover. The kids read to her. And what it does is it gets those kids to read to the dog because we don't correct. They're reading to the dog, not to me. Sorry. It's okay. It's okay, no problem. Let's see. Okay, dog training tips. I can give a few. How many more minutes I got?
You have some time. You have about 10 minutes or so. Yeah.
So, dogs need a bath once a month. Oatmeal shampoo. They really only need to go to the vet once a year. Don't, unless your dog's sick, don't waste your money on going to the vet a lot. Dogs do need their vaccines. However, a lot of vets over-vaccinate. Really, your dog only needs the 501 and the rabies. If you're going to board it at a boarding facility, then it needs the border collar. If not, don't give it. Doesn't really need it. Dog obedience tips. Daisy, you notice she's been trying to find food on the floor? If you notice I've not let her, I've shortened up on the leash, I keep pulling her. That's the correction. And she knows that. Daisy, look. So if you really want your dog to start paying attention to you, it's all in the voice. Daisy, sit. You have to kind of like, yeah. Dogs are really like children. If you don't raise your, Daisy. focused on me. And I tell you something, when she was a puppy, Daisy, I did that. You think she listened to me?
No.
No. Daisy, sit. Good. Sit. Sit. Sit.
Sandy.
What are you doing? Puppy eyes. Are you an animal lover?
I am.
Well,
That's why.
she senses that.
Yeah.
She detects.
She knows I want to jump up and hug her and give her kisses. And
She also knows how to detect termites, and it's from a personal experience. But they can be trained for that. With obedience, it's repetition. Repetition. If the dog doesn't do something, Daisy, sit. Daisy, sit. Daisy, sit. 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 Keep saying it until the dog does the command. If you stop, you just blew that whole thing. Sit. Wait. You notice she's very focused on me? You also have to learn how to communicate with your dog, figuring out kind of what they're thinking. She's probably saying, Mother, we rode in the car for 2.5 hours and I have to deal with this?
She likes Sandy a lot.
getting you in trouble.
It's okay.
She's beautiful.
Let's see. Anybody have any questions?
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
We have a small dog. It's a miniature poodle. He's incredibly shy.
He's not been socialized or taken enough places.
Well, we try to take him out then, but he's very shy in public.
I'm going to tell you where you can take dogs. You can bring a dog to Home Depot. You can bring them to Lowe's. You can bring them to Orchard. You can bring them to any place that has an outdoor patio. Okay. Do you take them to the dog park?
Yep.
Okay.
He had a bad encounter with a pit bull there.
Wow.
But they don't.
That's not good.
Start taking them places more. You know, seriously, before I moved to Sacramento, every time I went somewhere, she got in the car with me and went. I started taking her everywhere. The Bay Area is more lenient than Sacramento where you can bring your dogs. Trust me on this. Okay? I've had to adjust, but I still take her places. I just ignore them. I just keep watching.
I believe it too. When you get to know Debbie, you'll believe that.
But she also has a service dog and training tag, and now with the new rules and regulations, they technically don't need a tag. She's a service dog and training for psychiatric, which is the perfect one. They don't know. Question.
Yeah, so I have a comment and a question. I actually had a toy poodle, and that's actually true. When she was little, she would walk, and if she heard a car, she literally would run the other way. And then I started socializing her more. But I do the wait, and she actually waits. But every time that she does pay attention, I say, okay, good girl. So should I say that?
You don't have to say it as much.
Okay.
I hardly never give her rewards. In fact, when we were becoming a therapy dog, I wanted to do Delta Society because you can visit more hospitals and you have them more open. They said I needed a mentor because I did not give her enough commands, nor did I reward her enough. She doesn't, because I can walk up to her and she will sit without even me telling her. I don't talk to her a lot. I don't have to. She reads my body. And dogs that are in tune with you will read your body. Daisy.
What's a recommendation for dogs that don't like other dogs?
Still not socialized enough. Daisy, biscuit.
So just put them out there with other dogs.
I would. Daisy, hey. Daisy.
It wasn't me this time.
Daisy.
No, it's not me.
Come on. Come on.
Yeah, she smells
Yeah, if it's Rosie.
Yeah, it's the
Rosie,
food.
it's time.
Yeah.
And actually, I'm going to tell you.
The crowd's killing you, Debbie. They want to play with your dog.
But I can tell you something. They don't clean their floors enough. You know why? She's on a sniff mission.
Yeah.
This happened to me at Round Table. They don't vacuum. There was food everywhere. Okay? So that's a good sign of a restaurant or not.
Oh yeah.
There's nothing for them to
together, forget it.
Okay, the problem is the breed, Jack Russells, but I know Jack Russells very well. My aunt has a Jack Russell. Daisy, come on. Daisy. Okay, look at, you know what? Let's go. No, she didn't follow my directions, so she got a correction. Okay, so I'm going to speak back here. Okay, so with the Jack Russell, did they have a small litter or only litter?
I have no idea. Both of them count.
Okay, so how, do they get along or not?
They fight like crazy.
Okay, when you say fight,
Yeah.
explain the fight.
Well, they'll chase each other around the house.
That's not fighting.
And then they wrestle, and then the cat comes over, and then they start chasing the cat together.
That's not fighting.
And then they're like snarling all the time.
How much exercise are they getting? Because that's not fighting.
Oh, well, probably not as much as they need, because they're crazy hyper dogs.
Okay, so dog park. When you go to the dog park,
I'm afraid to let them off any,
okay,
You gotta run with them?
do you know what a dog park is? No, do you know what a dog park is? Who knows what a dog park is?
Oh, yeah. Yes.
A dog park is in a closed area.
Oh.
Okay, and trust me, the Bay Area has lots of
Yep.
dog parks. Way more than Sacramento. Okay, I drive 30 miles to go to a dog park. Yeah, I'm crazy.
Wow.
But not enough exercise. When you go to the dog park, go for at least an hour. Don't bring your dog for 20 minutes and then leave. Because the dog's like, what was the point?
So just taking them doing that will mellow them out?
Also walks. If you walk a dog too many times during the day, you're actually causing part of the problem. You're overstimulating them. So if you walk, you need to walk for at least a half an hour, not 10 minutes. So reduce your walking times, but increase the time. Yes?
I have a question about the collars. You know how they have the chest tight wrist.
Which is called a harness, which I don't recommend because harnesses make dogs pull more. It gives them more chest muscle, and that's why sled dogs use them. So they'll be able to lunge more and pull more.
And these don't affect the legs of the dog?
No, a correction collar, which I left in the car. It's a half martingale collar. So what it is a half nylon collar and a half choke chain. When you give the correction, it's the choke chain doing the work.
Oh.
Does not hurt them. This is my thing about tools. You think they would really make them if they hurted the dog?
Yeah.
Think about that concept. Pinch collars have been made for, what, 20, 30 years now? Choke chains, 40 years? So, don't let your vet tell you if you have a small dog to use a harness. It doesn't teach a dog how to walk on a leash. You can't give a correction with a harness. Dogs need correction if they're pulling you or if they're lunging, barking down the street when you're walking. Anything else? Go ahead.
Oh. Ours barks when somebody walks by the house, and we have a baby in the house, and
Okay.
it causes a disturbance.
So, I'm going to give you my training little secret. Squirt bottle, 75% vinegar, 25% water. When it gets low, you just start adding water. And you squirt the dog and say, leave it.
Okay, squirt bottle, how much vinegar?
75% white vinegar. What type of dog do you have?
She's a Chihuahua mix.
Okay, she'll get it real quick, within 2 days.
Okay. And say what?
Leave it.
Leave it.
Leave it is a command for use for barking, getting into something that it's not supposed to. Lots of things, leave it. Question.
It's a good way to tell if your dog is in pain or sick.
What do you mean? Be more specific.
Well, the dog can't say, ouch, my leg hurts or my stomach hurts.
Okay, so is the dog limping?
What's that?
Is the dog limping?
No.
Okay. Does it whimper when you pull on its leg? Okay, then probably nothing wrong. Is there a other specifics is the dog eating.
I'm saying in general. I don't have a specific.
Well, the thing is, I mean, dogs sometimes do get sick. I mean, if your dog pukes once or twice a day, I wouldn't worry about it, but if it's doing that for 4 days, then I would be concerned. I don't run to the vet every 2 seconds. I've learned over the years, and by taking all these classes, I've wasted so much money at vets. You know, they give you some medicine, go home. You know how many home remedies there are? Kennel cough. Do you know what a home remedy for kennel cough is? You spend $110 at the vet, and you know what they give you? Kids Robitussin.
So do you have like a site or a preferred place that somebody, just your average person, can go on to find out?
You just type in your question and it'll populate.
So, yeah, but you type in your question onto Google and you get 30
Well, I don't go to Google.
answers.
I'm a Yahooer. I will never go to Google because Google's search engines is certain things are not very good. So petplace.com is a very good website that I use. There's also a couple other websites I use. They just changed it, so I have to, or what you can do is, there's a couple others, but I can put that on my fan page when I get home.
That'd be great, yeah.
Because I do, you know, Docster and all them, they're great, but it's too hard to find the stuff. Pet Place is a very useful website. Leave it. Sit. She does do some tricks.
I have another question.
Okay.
So we have a lot of people who come over to the house, right? Guests who, like, I want to sit right here and I want to be like, oh, petting her, you know. How do you handle your guests and company and other people as they want to show the dog affection?
Okay, so this is my motto. Guests need to give dogs commands.
Well, they don't know the commands. They don't know how to handle a dog.
Okay, I have a flyer and I should have passed it out. It was my bad. There are some basic commands to give. So now, how does your dog respond when people come over? Is it all crazy? Or
sniffing, jumping,
okay,
yeah.
Okay, so has your dog had training? Because if it's jumping,
Well, like a lot of years ago.
okay. So you probably don't reinforce.
Right.
So you need to reinforce. So when people are coming over and they're jumping off, and get that spot. Okay.
Debbie, one final question, and then people come see you afterwards. We have to kind of wrap up.
One more question? Anybody? No? Okay.
Debbie, thank you very much. Give Debbie a big round of applause. And if you have any further questions, come and see Debbie afterwards. You're going to be